Our story kicks off in the world of Earthclear, a realm ruled by magic and swords. In this world, a brand new era of humans and monsters has begun. We first see a simple guy sitting among the trees in the forest, looking absolutely thrilled after making some sweet profits today. But suddenly, he hears a child screaming in the distance. The little kid is clinging to his father as they are attacked by a green slime monster. Both of them are just level 1 villagers, completely helpless. But out of nowhere, our hero Koji appears and vaporizes the monster in seconds. Koji looks at them and says, "What are you guys so terrified of? It's literally just mint-flavored jello." The two villagers stand there, completely clueless as to how he even killed it so fast. Koji tells the little kid to hold out his hand and hands him 100 bronze coins for finishing off the slime. He tells the boy, if you kill another slime, you'll get the exact same amount. But the kid replies that monsters are just too strong and terrifying, and he could never face them alone. After that, Koji leaves them and starts walking away. The kid calls out to him, saying, "Wait, uncle," sensing that Koji is the hero they've been searching for. But Koji snaps back, "Uncle? Who are you calling uncle, kid? I'm only 21. Suddenly, the kid and his father check his stats and are completely shell-shocked. Koji is at level 999. That is something they have never seen in their entire lives. Now, my legendary viewers, let me tell you how this whole story actually started. We learn that Japan has completely changed, turning into a massive island called Hexadoria. Since then, monsters and demons began to appear. Every single person born in this country is assigned a specific class or duty. Among them is a special group of warriors with unique classes like priest, mage, hunter, and thief. Meanwhile, classes like sage, hero, and king possess extraordinary, exclusive abilities. The rest of humanity falls into the weakest class in society, the villagers, who work the fields and do basic labor. The funny thing is, Koji is a villager just like them. Normal villagers only range from level 1 to 10, but our man Koji is the only villager in existence at level 999. He is literally the ultimate boss of this game, and there is definitely a massive secret behind his power. On the other side of things, we see a little girl running through the forest, finally arriving at the ancient monster cave. Why? Because the legendary holy sword is sealed inside. Meanwhile, Koji returns to the city and heads straight to the Adventurers Guild. Just then, the hero Rex and Princess Korra make their appearance. They announce that the entire city has been overrun by monsters, and their mission is to wipe them out by any means necessary. Our guy Koji arrives at the counter, hands in his completed quest papers, and receives a reward of 5 whole gold coins. Of course, the other adventurers' jaws drop when they hear that amount. They have no idea how many monsters Koji must have slaughtered, and no one can comprehend how this seemingly broke, ragged villager managed to bag such a massive reward. We find out that Koji is saving up to buy a mystery box that costs a whopping 100,000 gold coins. So far, Koji has only gathered 5,000, and he sighs, realizing he still has a very long way to go. He decides to look for a new quest that pays well and notices that hunting monsters is the fastest way to reach his goal. He finds a quest in an ancient cave crawling with blue demons. If he kills 30 of them, he earns 1 gold coin. On the other side of town, Rex is rallying a crowd in the plaza. He yells, "How long are we going to keep hiding in the capital?" He is furious because people are hiring mercenaries to fight the monsters instead of uniting. He wants to form a powerful elite team to wipe out every single demon and monster in existence, and the crowd goes wild, cheering him on. Rex explains that the absolute evil behind all this is their ultimate enemy, the Demon King. Koji, who is standing nearby eating ice cream and enjoying his day, hears this and is completely baffled by what this crazy kid is yelling about. Rex announces, "We are searching for a hero to aid us on this quest. Anyone who believes in their skills, step forward and raise your hand for evaluation." We learn that Rex is a level 90 hero, while Korra is a sage around level 42. Several villagers eagerly raise their hands. The third candidate steps up and says, "I've been hunting monsters for 25 years. But Rex sees that his level is only 86 and immediately rejects him, saying, "I don't care about your life story. My only condition is that you must be a higher level than me." The man gets angry and points out that Korra is only level 42. Rex defends her, explaining that Korra is a priest class who got in through royal connections, as she is actually the third princess of King Simon and trained intensely to reach the sage rank. Rex declares that if she defeats the Demon King, the entire world will finally live in peace. Suddenly, another guy raises his hand, saying, "I'm a level 80 priest, and while I'm not sure how much I can do, I'd love to join this quest." But Rex dismisses him, saying, "Go back home, old man, we aren't going on a picnic. If you want to help, just stay here and pray for our victory." Another 20-year-old candidate at level 73 steps up, but Rex rejects him too, saying, "I just don't like your face." Suddenly, a young 16-year-old sister/nun named Tina steps forward. She is a level 50 nun with powerful healing magic. Of course, because our man Rex is a total simp, he approves her immediately without even checking the rest of her stats. It honestly looks like he's just trying to build a harem of girls from the start. Koji watches this, totally confused about how a team made of simp Rex's hand-picked girls is supposed to defeat the Demon King, especially when Rex immediately recruits another mage named Berna. Meanwhile, Koji heads to the monster cave to get his quest over with. He wants to finish quickly so he can grab some sushi and head home to chill. Our man Koji is honestly living the most relaxed life. The moment he steps into the cave, a blue demon instantly spawns in front of him. Before the demon can even move, Koji obliterates it, collecting 34 silver coins. That's one down, 29 to go. Our hero moves deeper into the cave, defeating them one by one. He notices a horn lying on the ground, realizing it belonged to a high-level demon, so he decides to pocket it to sell for a high price. Now he only has 15 demons left to complete his quest. Suddenly, he notices a shadow moving ahead. As he gets closer, he realizes it's Rex's hero party. Rex slays a blue demon while the girls cheer him on, claiming the rest of the demons must have fled in terror. Not wanting to get dragged into their drama, Koji quickly sneaks away. Inside, Berna tells Princess Cora to take it easy since her level is the lowest and her mana is running low. But Cora reminds her that as a sage, this is her duty. Tina asks Rex why they came to this specific cave. Rex reveals that there is a secret chamber here known only to the royal family, and he has a magical key to guide them. Berna asks what's inside, and Rex explains that the legendary holy sword is kept here, a sword that can only be pulled from its pedestal by a hero of level 90 or higher. None of the past heroes ever managed to reach it. Berna is confused as to why a royal sword would be kept in a dingy cave like this. Rex explains that this is the only weapon capable of defeating the Demon King. The catch wasn't the sword itself, but finding a hero strong enough to wield its true power. That's why the royal family left it here, so that when the destined hero arrived, they would be able to lift it. Tina wonders how Rex knows all this royal inside info, but it's obvious Princess Cora spilled all the secrets to him, proving that even in a world of magic, connections run the show. Rex adds that he came up with the team idea because a hero can't face the Demon King alone. He rallies them, "Let's go fulfill our dreams and bring peace to the world." Tina prays that they all make it out of the battle safe. Meanwhile, we see a little girl searching for something in the cave. She has tiny horns hidden beneath her hair, revealing she is actually a demon. Koji suddenly finds himself surrounded by blue demons, but he wipes them all out with a single strike. He notices the little demon girl running straight toward the swarm of monsters. He tries to stop her because it's incredibly dangerous, but to his absolute shock, she glides right past them without a single monster touching her. After dealing with the remaining demons, Koji immediately rushes after her. Back with Rex, he is slaying demons but is completely overwhelmed by how many keep appearing. Berna suggests they need at least 4 more level 70 adventurers, otherwise, they are all going to die here. Tina uses her healing magic on Princess Cora and warns Rex that her mana is almost depleted. She is surprised that Berna is the only one without a single scratch. Berna proudly explains that she's a seasoned mage who is used to active combat and doesn't need healing like the rest of them. Finally, they discover the chamber of the holy sword. But when they step inside, they are shocked to find the little demon girl standing there. Rex demands, "Who are you, and how did you get in here?" Cora senses an incredibly powerful magic aura radiating from the child. Rex realizes she is definitely not normal, and is stunned to see that the holy sword is completely gone from its pedestal. The little girl tells him she didn't take it. Berna believes her, but Rex is convinced she is a demon who must be destroyed. He tells the team, just because she's a child doesn't mean we let her off easy. He draws his sword, activating his ice powers, while the others draw their magic weapons. They launch a combined, devastating attack straight at the little girl, but at the absolute last second, Koji appears out of nowhere and blocks the entire attack effortlessly. He looks at them and says, "How can a team of legendary heroes gang up on a little child?" Rex snaps, "How can a human defend a monster?" Koji explains that he's just a simple villager who wandered in here by mistake. Rex can't comprehend how a mere villager could block a lethal, high-level strike, shouting, "It's impossible for a common villager to have this kind of power." Koji casually replies, "Well, rules are meant to be broken." Cora asks him why he is defending her, pointing out the horns on her head as clear proof that she is a demon. Koji quickly lies, claiming they are just hair accessories she bought from selling blue demon parts, and pulls out the demon horn he found earlier to back up his story. Tina admits that might be why she felt a strong power from her. war. Koji then shows them his quest sheet, proving he's just here to hunt 30 demons. But Rex yells, "Don't change the subject. What was your sister doing in this room? And where exactly is the legendary holy sword?" Koji looks sheepish and says, my bad guys, but I actually took that home with me a while ago." He tells them he visited this cave 2 months ago, pulled the sword out of the ground, and sold it to a merchant in the market for 4 gold coins. He looks at Rex and asks, "Wait, was that sword actually important or something?" Rex loses his mind and screams, "That sword is a sacred royal secret, you idiot." Koji scratches his head, "My bad, guys, I really didn't know." Rex yells that the holy sword is infused with ancient sage magic and can't be touched by anyone except the destined hero. Koji responds, "Yeah, I did notice it was a bit heavy, but I lifted it and walked out with it anyway." Rex is absolutely furious and refuses to believe him. In response, Koji casually walks over, grabs the massive, heavy stone pedestal that housed the sword, and lifts it into the air with one hand. Everyone stands frozen in absolute terror at his monstrous strength, but the ultimate shock comes when they read his status and realize he is level 999. Rex stammers, "What did you even do to reach a level like that?" Koji casually answers, "I just grind on monsters every day. It's not that deep." Rex, completely insulted, yells, "No one has slain more monsters than me." Princess Korra steps in, telling him the holy sword belongs to the royal family and that he is technically a thief who stole from the crown. But then she realizes his value and says, "Since the sword was meant to defeat the Demon King, you must join our party and help us on our quest." To their absolute shock, Koji flatly rejects her offer without a single second of hesitation. They cannot comprehend how a poor, low-class villager could turn down such an honorable royal offer. Koji explains that he has his own goals, to make money and eat delicious food. He has absolutely no interest in fighting the Demon King, telling them, "You guys go ahead and have fun. I'll pray for your safe return." He genuinely couldn't care less about the war or the fate of the kingdom. Korra tries to convince him, saying, "How can you not want to help poor people like yourself? Plus, you'll gain massive fame and fortune." Koji replies that he only cares about the fortune, not the fame, adding, "If I see someone suffering right in front of me, of course, I'll help them." Seeing that he has absolutely no motivation to fight, Korra desperately declares, "If you defeat the Demon King, I will marry you." Rex instantly goes pale and loses his mind, but breathes a massive sigh of relief when Koji immediately turns her down. No one understands what this guy actually wants. Koji tells them that defeating the Demon King isn't really that big of an achievement anyway, then looks at the little girl, whose name is Alice, and says, "Let's get out of here, Alice." Before leaving, he walks up to Rex and whispers, "You still don't understand how this world really works." Once they step outside the cave, Koji leaves Alice on her own. But Alice calls out to him, saying, "I've been looking for someone strong like you," and suddenly asks him to marry her too. "It looks like things are really going your way, Koji. Girls are throwing themselves at you left and right." Koji looks at her and says, give me about 100 million years to think about it." He can't believe a little kid is asking him to marry her, adding, "To be honest, I prefer older women, especially those in their 30s. They have experience and are just great." Alice determinedly replies, "Just give me 3 years, and I'll grow to their size." Koji asks her why she was looking for the holy sword in the first place. Alice reveals that her father is gravely ill, and she was terrified that a hero would find the sword and use it to kill him. Koji asks, "Who exactly is your father, kid?" and is completely shocked when she reveals her father is the Demon King himself. She explains that he is currently very sick and has been suffering for a year. Alice is surprised to realize that Koji already knew about her father, which is why he rejected Rex's quest to kill him. Koji tells her he just didn't see any benefit in it. He explains to her that the magical energy produced by demon horns is what spawns the monsters that attack humans. Even if the demons themselves don't attack, humans will always hate them because of this. But Alice rejects this cycle of war. She wants to live in peace and prove that humans and demons can understand each other and coexist. Koji finally understands why she wants to marry him. He tells her that humans and demons are actually very similar, but points out that the existence of demons is what brings these monsters into the world. He gently comforts her, "It's not your fault you were born with those horns. You're just a demon girl living in a human world. The real issue lies within the rules of this strange world." Alice asks him, "Then why do you refuse to kill demons?" Koji simply smiles and says, "Because it would be stupid." Back in the sword chamber, Tina is furious that Koji, a mere peasant, refused to cooperate and also lost the only sword capable of slaying the Demon King. Princess Korra orders them to head back to the city for now. Meanwhile, Rex is brooding over the words Koji said to him before leaving, unable to figure out what he meant. He vows that he must become stronger than this peasant and reach level 999 himself, though he has absolutely no idea how he is going to bypass the level cap. But hey, we'll see about that. Rex. On the other side, Koji is heading home and notices Alice is still following him. You are really persistent, aren't you, kid? He sighs. He tells her, look, I'm not a babysitter, and I don't need anyone walking me home. Alice steps out from behind a tree and says, actually, I have a request. Koji groans, if you're going to bring up marriage again. But Alice simply asks him to buy something for her from the market. He learns she is looking for a medicine called Blessing of the Soul, which she heard is sold in this area. She pulls out 500 silver coins, proudly saying, see, I have money. But Koji crushes her hopes by revealing the medicine actually costs 10 gold coins per single dose. He tells her, it's hopeless, you should just go home. Alice begs him to lend her the money to save her father. She explains that the Demon King is in critical condition, and if he dies, the humans will hunt down and slaughter every remaining demon. Koji tells her, even if you save him, humans will hunt him for the rest of his life and eventually kill him to achieve peace. By the way, don't you hate humans? Alice replies that hating humans achieves nothing since both races share the same earth. Koji is surprised to hear a demon think this way. Alice smiles and says she is happy she met a human like him, adding that her father once told her something that proved to be true. You must believe that there are humans out there, like Koji, who do not hate demons. Koji tells her that people like him are actually very rare. Alice declares that she must bring peace between their races no matter what, and is willing to keep trying until the day she dies. Realizing he won't be getting rid of her anytime soon, Koji pulls a cloth from his pocket, wraps it around Alice's horns, and decides to buy her the medicine. But first, he needs to hide her horns before they go into town. Alice asks, what did you just do? Koji explains that this cloth suppresses magical energy, so no one will be able to sense her demonic aura. Alice is amazed and asks how he made it. Koji reminds her of the barrier stones found in monster caves, which absorb the magical energy that spawns monsters. He explains that they are large crystal-like rocks, and if you break them, you can extract the active material. Alice realizes the cloth was made specifically to help demons. Overjoyed by Koji's kindness, she happily tag-alongs with him. The two arrive at the capital city of Fulman. Alice is completely mesmerized by the massive, bustling market. A fruit vendor notices she is new to the city and warmly says, here you go, sweetie, come back again, handing her a free apple. Alice is amazed by the kindness and looks around at the market overflowing with fresh meat and fish. Koji explains that the apple normally costs 150 bronze coins, which is less than a quarter of a silver coin. This is because one silver coin is worth 100,000 bronze coins, meaning a single silver coin can buy them a massive feast. Meanwhile, a single gold coin is enough to buy a nice apartment in this world. And if you are filthy rich and want to live in style, you can buy a whole mansion for just 50 gold coins. Alice realizes that 50 gold coins is an astronomical amount, and calculates that the medicine she needs, costing 10 gold coins, is worth the price of 10 two-room apartments. Koji explains that this medicine is an anti-aging and wrinkle-treating elixir, making it a rare treasure that nobles only use once a year. Alice thought she could buy it with her 500 silver coins, but Koji reassures her, don't worry, I'll buy it for you, and will make the Demon King pay me back in installments. Alice tells him not to worry, revealing her father has tons of rare jewels in his castle. Hearing this, our businessman Koji immediately capitalizes on the opportunity, deciding to charge them 15 gold coins, the extra 5 being the fee for escorting her safely back to the castle. Alice can't believe he is actually going to travel with her. They head back to Koji's lodging and enjoy a delicious dinner together. Koji tells her he is going out to buy the medicine and will also bring along a friend. He explains that they need a third member for their journey, someone to guard her whenever Koji has to fight, especially since other adventurers might target her again. Before stepping out, he warns her, do not open the door for anyone. At that moment, a massive flock of giant birds appears in the sky. A high-ranking demon stands at their head, planning to burn the capital to the ground and bring Alice back to the castle. Half an hour later, Alice hears Koji's voice at the door, but when she opens it, she is terrified to find a literal giant of a man standing before her. The massive man asks, are you the cute kid causing all this trouble? Terrified by his monstrous appearance, Alice instantly faints. When she wakes up, she learns the man is Koji's friend, Teiko, a level 124 sage. Teiko, who heard about Alice's situation, has decided to protect her. He explains that he agreed to help the moment he found out she was a demon. He reveals that years ago, he fought in the war against demons. During a battle in the forest, he was gravely wounded and left for dead, but a demon appeared and gave him a healing potion, saving his life. That was the moment he realized humans and demons are virtually the same. He decided to abandon the adventure adventurer life to live peacefully, and met Koji a long time ago, becoming best friends. Teiko jokingly throws a heavy punch into Koji's stomach. Koji spends the next 30 minutes clutching his stomach in pain from his friend's brutal sense of humor. The moment Koji stands back up, Teiko chops him on the head. Alice is confused as to how Koji let Teiko hit him and why the physical blows actually hurt him. Teiko explains that there is a class difference between warriors and villagers. Warriors specialize in close combat and gain physical combat skills every 100 levels. If Koji tried to engage in a physical fistfight with him, Teiko would easily crush him. However, because Koji's level is absurdly high, he can easily defeat Teiko using high-level magic skills. Koji then recalls the tragic incident that drove him to become this strong. We learn that when he was a child, a monster attacked his father and killed him right before his eyes. From that moment on, Koji vowed to become a warrior and hunt down every monster. His resolve was hardened further by a second tragedy. One day, he returned home to find his mother killed by wild boars. The very next day, he went into the forest and slaughtered every single one of them to avenge her. Alice can't believe Koji actually reached level 999, especially since the strongest monster she knows of is only level 500. Teiko is also stunned to hear there are monsters of that caliber. He notices Alice looking anxious, fearing that someone stronger might appear and kill her father. But Teiko reassures her, "Don't worry about that. Koji is the only one capable of killing your father, and yet, he hates hunting monsters now." He explains that Koji is searching for something specific that he was deprived of since childhood. When Alice asks what it is, Koji replies, "You'll find out soon enough. We have a long journey ahead. I can't spoil all my secrets at once." Suddenly, a wild, rampaging boar crashes into their location, destroying the area. Boars begin raining down from the sky like water. One giant boar crashes straight onto Koji, completely smashing his roof. We see the commander of the demon beast invasion shouting to the citizens, "This is a formal declaration of war from the demon kingdom. The demon king has decreed the total destruction of humanity, and you shall all submit to the demons." Alice is horrified, unable to understand how this is happening as she watches the giant boars trample people in the streets. She despairs, believing humans and demons can truly never coexist. But our man Koji steps up. He grabs a rampaging boar and hurls it straight at one of the giant crows in the sky, slamming them both to the ground. He begins kicking the boars around like soccer balls. "Easy on them, Koji." Mino, the commander of the invasion force, looks down in absolute disbelief, whispering, "There is no way that human is normal." Koji begins casually collecting the massive amounts of loot dropping from the slain beasts. Alice reaches the central plaza and quickly hides when she spots Rex's party. Teiko notices that Rex's team has already engaged the beasts. Rex rallies the heroes to fight off the boars, slaying a giant crow to show off his power. Princess Korra shouts, "Now is the time to unite against the demon army." Suddenly, they see a giant boar flying through the air. Realizing Koji is the one casually tossing them around, Rex snaps, "Are you here to get in our way again?" suspecting Koji is working with the demon king. But Koji tells them, a full frontal charge is a terrible idea. You can't handle the crows while they're moving through the city. If these monsters drop all at once, you'll be overwhelmed. Besides, those cheap, trash weapons of yours won't even scratch them. He tells them their plan is an absolute failure, walks up to Princess Korra, and chops her on the head since she was the one who came up with the stupid plan. Korra screams, "How dare you hit me, you animal? I am the king's daughter, in case you forgot." On the other side, Teiko arrives and confirms Koji is the one launching the boars into the sky, while Berna notes that he is definitely using high-level magic. Koji asks Alice if she recognizes the demon commander. Alice gasps and says, "That's Mino. He served my family for many years." Korra demands Koji show off his strength to the demon commander to terrify their army and halt the invasion. But Koji explains that they are launching raids all over the world, so a flashy display of power won't achieve anything. In fact, showing their hand now would only give the enemy an advantage. Koji decides to solve the issue his own way. "I'm going to go talk to the commander myself." Everyone is dumbfounded, unable to believe he is actually going to do something so reckless. Koji leaps into the air, and Teiko quickly runs up to give him a massive physical boost, launching Koji sky high. And that brings us to the end of Season 1. If you enjoyed this journey, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode when we drop Season 2. See you in the next one.